What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Chewed Up and Spit Out. As always, I'm just Dusty.
And I'm still Jeff.
And I'm Timmy, a.k.a. the Fat Chef.
And sitting with us, we have the wonderful, talented, and amazing Kyle from previously from down the way.
Heyo.
Hey-o. Yeah. Now he's Kyle. Now he's Bayfield Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle from the Bayfield.
Kyle from the field of bays.
From over yonder.
From out yonder. Yeah.
Well, shit, Timmy, fucking good to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a little bit there. I mean, unfortunately, I've been having to do family stuff, so been a little bit busier than I'd like to be, but that's all right.
Good deal.
Yep.
And as always, Kyle, great to have you back on board. I mean, you made the transition from our town to the town 10 miles over or something like that.
Yeah.
How's that treating you?
It's been quite the journey, definitely. But it's good to be out there. Good to be away from the city for a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit more elbow room for sure.
Yeah.
Have you gotten into any white supremacist swingers parties yet?
Not yet. I'm working on that, though. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you better work harder.
Yeah. It could be just a myth, but someone told me that's what they do out there.
You know,
I'm like, those two things don't seem to go together, but okay.
Somebody already flashed Blaine the white supremacist sign out there, so yeah, it's a thing for sure. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Well,
maybe,
yeah, if it was so, was it the old school OK symbol? Is that the one?
Well, yeah. It was that one, and
So was it like intentional though, or do you just maybe they just are someone who doesn't know that that's a bad thing?
I don't. Well, Blaine, it was the kind of deal where you're passing on the road and Blaine waved, and dude flashed. Like that's not a.
Okay, no, that's clearly a thing.
Yeah.
That's if it's a response to a wave, then that is very much like, yeah, Aryan brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, if he was like, "How is the soup?" and the guy from a distance was like. That would be questionable. It's like, yeah, someone should tell him we're not allowed to do that anymore.
Right. Yeah. Timmy, how's the knee doing since the surgery? Can you hear me?
are you having a seizure?
Are you still there, Tibby?
Am I having a seizure? Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Kyle was asking about the knee. How's the knee doing?
Uh-oh.
I think he is having a seizure.
He's either really still.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, little connections
I
there.
can move around a little if you want. You know, just,
Make sure I got my Wi-Fi going. Yeah. Yeah. So how is it? Are you walking around now? Are you still hobbling?
Well, still hobbling, but walking around a little bit better. I am able to not have to wear a stupid brace every single day. Like when I'm at home and in a pretty controlled environment, I don't have to wear that thing. So I'm getting closer and closer to taking real man steps instead of baby steps.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, buddy. In a controlled environment.
So
at
that's
home.
kind of awesome.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Well, yeah.
you get like rations of your ice cream still.
A little bit here and there, I'm looking forward to the Jell-O later.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to go to the moon yet because you have to be able to take that giant step for mankind,
Yeah, it can't be a baby step
Yeah.
for mankind. One small leap for man, one small baby step for mankind.
All right, Timmy pioneering
Yeah,
the way.
absolutely.
Speaking of like outer space stuff, I guess like they're going to launch the first hotel in space in 2025.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Huh.
Yeah, like I was reading that on some fucking science shit I fucking look up, but that's a clear date.
Well, they
2025.
Yeah, they just did the SpaceX rocket to the International
Yeah.
Space Station. So
Yeah.
that's,
Yep.
I guess, like the first step, huh?
I got
Yeah.
a theory about that hotel too.
Mhm.
That pretty quickly on someone's gonna die there, and it's gonna
yeah.
totally ruin
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And they're not gonna die from any of the stuff you would think. It's not gonna be like it decompressed and they died. It's gonna be like No, they tried to take their old lady out to the moon and have a full-on fuck fest in low gravity. And that's not the way the dong works. It needs the gravity to flow blood. So he's just sitting there beating it till he has a heart attack.
Oh,
Why
my
won't
God.
you get up? I'm so excited to do this. I've wanted to do this ever since I watched Apollo 13.
Apollo 13, huh? That was not my favorite space movie, that's for sure.
Well, the question is it more weird for Apollo 13 to put that into your mind or Space Cowboys?
Well, I was actually thinking Space Jam. But,
Space Jam?
that
Yeah,
was me.
Space Jam for sure.
What's the difference between
Yeah,
Space Jam and Space Jelly? Absolutely nothing.
You have no blood pressure either way.
There's no blood pressure either way. Yeah. It's pushing rope regardless. Yeah.
So what's the?
I mean, Babs Bunny though. That's just does it for me.
Oh, man.
I can't help it.
What's the going rate for a ticket for?
I'm not sure yet, but I wonder like who the chef is going to be and like how do I get a resume to him?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this might be like a little bit different of an adventure. I've gone through different few kitchens, but never one in space. Although like
We only make moon pies. It's a signature dish up here, moon pies.
jeez. Work
Moon
on my
pies
Milky
and
Way candy
everything with
bars.
cheese, right?
Yeah, moon pies and tons of cheese. The cheese is actually dirt. Don't eat the cheese.
Don't.
I'd probably get
moon cheese.
the first violation though on the whole station because I went and tried to smoke a cigarette on the loading dock.
Just light it and then open the door. Close the door. Cigarette's gone. I don't even think I got a drag.
I got drug.
Maybe if I stand with my back to the door and then light the cigarette, it'll suck all the smoke into me. Guys, I found out a trick. You can smoke a whole cigarette in like 2 milliseconds. Now, someone be ready to shut the door before I fly out.
There you go.
That'd be the first
Maybe a
violation
whole
on
new,
the. Well, my first strike on that hotel.
Right. There is no smoking. What?
There's a
Excuse me?
box outside where people can go to smoke. You need to be 50 feet from the door. I don't have a spacesuit. You can rent one, or you could just brave it.
I'll rent you this
Technically-
tether for $20.
Technically, due to the laws, we did set it up where it is close enough that you won't fully die by the time you make it to the smoker's box. You may lose a finger or two, though, and you will need some decompression.
Man, I can. Yeah.
There you go. It's like going up from when you're scuba diving, you gotta not get the bends, but a little bit different.
Yeah.
But thinking about this, we all know like the good old space bags that you used to get like as a kid, Now those are actually going to be a thing because if there's like guests in a hotel, they're going to have like little miniature cocktails, like little Capri-Sun bags or something like that. So like space bags are actually become
Nice.
space bags.
In
You know?
space.
In space.
Space bags in
I
space. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And since they can't have
Space
like
bags in
lighters or
space.
anything, vaping's probably going to be like a huge industry up there.
Yeah, they're gonna have vape bars,
Yeah, vaping and space bag bars.
vaping and space bag bars. Even
Zero
the
gravity.
fanciest wines are gonna come in bags because everything has to come in bags. This is a nice aged Cabernet Sauvignon from the North California region.
And here's your bendy straw.
It's brilliant, brilliant
It's a bendy
flavors.
straw.
Yeah, just squeeze on the bottom of the bag and it'll come out through the bendy straw.
There you go. So, do you guys remember when oxygen bars were a thing back in the early 2000s?
Oh,
I heard rumor of them. So yes.
yeah.
I actually got a pretty cool story about one of those.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so on Maui, when they first opened the oxygen bars, right? The first one that they put in was at a place called Maui's Cafe. And it basically was the Maui Wowie Cafe. Like, the dude was a big-ass stoner. He sold candy bars for stoners, and it was all stoner food. But he opened an oxygen bar, and my sister did the advertising, so she just took me in there when it opened. And I was maybe like
Sure.
I was younger, but we go in and get free food from the guy, and then she's just like because he's obviously kind of got a thing for her, but she's smart. So she's just milking it for like, no, I'm taking my brother out to a nice lunch. We're going to get everything we want out of this, like free beverages, free lunch. Oh, well, let us hit up that oxygen bar. You know, we're hitting up the oxygen bar. She kind of looks at me at one point. She's like, hey, you want to talk to Bob? And that was her code for smoking weed. That was the old code.
Okay.
You know, you want to talk to Bob? And so, you know, I'm like, yeah. She looks at the guy like, any way you could just plug that into the oxygen bar? And after a couple minutes of trying to figure it out, he couldn't figure it out. But it was still awesome because he let us hit the oxygen bar and then took us out back and we smoked a fatty and then came back inside and hit the oxygen bar. It was like, I am high and I am breathing good.
Yeah.
I'll take a couple roadie candy bars, please. Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good stop, if you ask me.
Give me the macadamia nut marshmallow candy bar with the little sprinkles on top. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
You know, like now recollecting back on it, I did hit an oxygen bar once, but that was like pre-massage because like this massage place I used to go to, they had like a pretty good deal. It was like fucking $50 for an hour or whatever, and like for an extra like $10, you hit like the oxygen bar beforehand, and so like that was a pretty good combination if you ask me. It must have been because
I never did any of those. I just remember the last time I was in Vegas, which was a long time ago. I saw that and I thought it was really stupid. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not.
I don't know, like they could have like a new flavor, like COVID-free oxygen. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
COVID-free oxygen.
Are they still around?
It's just Lysol. You're good though. You're good. You're good.
Jeez.
Go boof
That
some
would make
sunshine and you're
good
ready.
old Trumpy happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Are oxygen bars still around? Or,
Oh, yeah,
or-
yeah.
Okay. They're just not that anymore, right?
No, actually, they're big up at Purgatory.
Are they?
Purgatory has
What?
one.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and
that
it's
makes
funny
sense.
because they're not big with people from here. But if you
Mm.
go up there with people from Texas, the first thing everyone there is telling you to do is hit up the oxygen bar.
Oh my
We don't
gosh.
want you guys to die. You're not
Yeah.
from this elevation. Go hit some oxygen in between runs.
Right.
Here's
20 bucks a pop.
10% off
I
at
don't
the
know.
fucking oxygen bar.
I don't know about you, but when I go to a bar, I want to at least get kind of twisted. You know, it's not. I don't imagine you get all that faded on oxygen. But, you know,
Oh, you could. You
maybe
could.
that's just
I
me.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
might
feel
be like
so mellow right now.
Yeah.
I can breathe so good.
No, the trick is you just
But it's-
smoke it.
Oh, yeah.
That's just hot air. You're just burning your lungs. Yeah, but I am fucking feeling wicked lightheaded right now. Yeah.
well, it's a little harsh, man.
That's a little harsh. Yeah.
Okay, that's the trick. So if I go to an oxygen bar, I have to tell them to make sure to light it first.
Light it up. Yeah.
I like my oxygen shaken, not stirred.
Shaken,
Thank
not
you.
stirred. Yeah.
yeah,
I like
right?
my oxygen smoked.
Smoked.
Yeah. Can I get some lightly smoked oxygen?
Bruleed.
Brulee. Yeah.
They-
It's funny. I was in Denver and I saw this advertisement for canned air.
Yeah.
It had a little nozzle on it that you like put up to your nose and
Oh, yeah. Anyone else remember that movie Spaceballs?
Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah,
just straight up,
exactly.
you know.
yeah, Perry Air.
Yeah, very
Like I was saying, Maui had the same. They had it way back in the day, but it was totally a gimmick, like fresh Maui air,
Oh yeah.
and it was very clearly just some dude with a plastic bag just waving it around until it filled up and sipping it off. But yeah, I never trust the air in a container because also I have that theory that every 100th one is going to be a fucking fart. Everyone else is going to be like,
Oh, that's some
I can
beef.
breathe so good. And you're like, oh, I can taste it. Is that fucking kimchi? Who eats fucking kimchi?
Who doesn't eat kimchi?
Oh.
Come on now. Kimchi's amazing.
I
Look
love
at that.
kimchi.
Yeah.
Speaking of amazing,
Yeah,
amazing Kim
speaking
just
of
dropped off
amazing,
some
yeah.
amazing the quesadillas for us.
Quesadilla
Wow.
City over here.
Fuck
Yeah.
Nice.
She didn't bring you any,
Man, I'm a
Timmy,
little-
but you probably got ice
I
cream
know,
anyway, huh? That you
I'm
wouldn't
really
share.
bummed, man. I want quesadillas.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
It's not fair. Yeah.
Wait, you had ice cream last time.
You
I
had
was
ice cream last time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't even offer to
But I
share.
want quesadillas now. I want quesadillas now.
Mom!
I'm sure you're like really close to the microphone for you if it helps.
Yeah. Gail!
Yeah, right.
I need a quesadilla.
Yeah, right. Mom, where's the meatloaf?
Where's the meatloaf? Put some in a quesadilla.
Yeah, right. I actually did make meatloaf not too long ago for dinner, out of random, I don't know, just randomness.
A meatloaf quesadilla would be the most horrible quesadilla
my
you could
gosh.
probably imagine
Can't
eating.
even
Is that a
imagine.
ketchup
meatloaf-
sauce? It is.
I mean, you could make like a chorizo meatloaf, and I'm sure that'd be pretty tasty in a quesadilla.
Yeah.
Heavy on
would-
the tree, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you could do it. It'd work.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else, like a, proper like a meatloaf techniques that you've not ever heard of. Ingredients going in. I bet you it's pretty popular with like just ground meats, like back up in the north, like when it got all cold back in the day and all that shit. You got bear meatloaf might have been a thing.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
like,
Chorizo meatloaf would be hard, though. That'd be hard to take down.
Oh man, that'd be greasy.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that would be.
Huh?
well, add more panko to your meatloaf, I guess.
You'd
Anticipate
have to
that
add a
connection.
lot of panko to that meatloaf, dude.
They
It'd just
do
be
it at
wet by the
Steamworks.
end.
Man, yeah.
They do it at Steamworks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chorizo meatloaf.
In proportions, though. Maybe like, what do you think? Like 1/3 chorizo versus 2 parts beef. I think that's about right.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I mean, it's been a long time since I made that. That wasn't usually my station, so.
Not my station.
Yeah, I remember making the
Yeah.
meatloaf, and it would always come out in a puddle of grease. But I mean, it
Oh,
was
absolutely.
it tasted good. You know, there was a reason people liked it and
Yeah.
ordered
See,
it.
that makes sense. If you cut the meat, I was just thinking like chorizo only is your meat. Like that would be a soup.
Right? No, totally.
No kidding.
Yeah. Where's the meatloaf? It's under that inch layer of grease.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fat is flavor, right? And that's why I'm
Fat
a
is
flavorful
flavor.
fella.
Exactly.
Flavor.
Absolutely.
Chorizo meatloaf probably will not be
Oh.
on the first space station hotel thing
No.
menu. Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Mooncakes.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Cosmic brownies and moon pies. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Sous vide space bags.
There you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
that could work.
Yeah.
Except for
There
like
you
the whole
go.
like water thing in space.
Bug burgers. That's going to be the big thing in space. You're going to get up
What
there and you're
burger?
going to be like, why would I eat a bug burger? And they're like, because it's either that or a fucking moon pie. And how many of those have you had?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And lots of astronaut ice cream. I used to love that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That chalky, nasty shit.
Cheese Whiz. Cheese Whiz is going to be everywhere, too.
Tang and Tang. Yeah.
And Tang.
And
Yeah.
Tang.
Well, see, there's going to be Tang all over the place, but that's the problem. You can't get it up.
Space Tang.
Space
You can't
Tang.
get any of that space tank.
What if you had like everyone had like a penis pump and you just kind of like got it up really, really quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to work with it and go.
I'm deflating.
I'm
Quick,
deflating.
quick.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on what the gravity is. If they give you a little bit of gravity, it might work, but
Right.
still. See, a little bit of gravity, but that's the problem is too, though. It's like a little bit of gravity would be enough to make it work for the lady,
Right.
but it wouldn't be enough to make it work for the dude. Because 0 gravity, it won't work for the lady either. That's just. I've watched a show trying to describe why it couldn't happen, and it just got nasty real fast once it started talking about goos floating around and not
yeah.
staying where it should go. It's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, that's enough of that. I thought it was bad enough when they were like, dudes can't get it up because of the blood flow. It's like, wow,
We're gonna
that's
give a
kind of
whole-
gnarly show. And then it's like, wait till we talk about vaginal goo.
That'd give a whole new understanding to it. Smells like sex and candy. I guess it'd be. It looks like sex and candy.
Oh no.
Just walk into the room and get hit with something in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Sheila! It's your
God
fault.
damn,
I
I
saw
told
you
you,
over
only
there
in
on the
this room,
roto
not in
track.
Those astronauts on the space station, they have to be fucking, right? Like,
Oh, it's that.
what?
They can't.
Oh, they can't?
No, that's a science fact that I just told you. They can't. Yeah.
Oh, no, but no. What? No, they got to, though. Come on.
Well, I can see some very inventive, like 69 action going on, but as far as anything else,
Oh, yeah, I
Well,
guess. Yeah.
Okay, without getting too gnarly, but still getting pretty gnarly, the easiest way to explain it is, you ever see an astronaut when they drink a beverage and they're in the space station, right? And
Okay,
they
yeah.
squirt it out and there's just
Yeah, I know what you're
drops
talking
of
about.
goo
Yeah.
flying around.
No, totally. Okay. Yeah.
That happens to all moisture in zero gravity.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it just
I
makes
guess you
for a
would-
really, really interesting time. You got to be really close with your cosmonauts and astronauts, you
Right.
know?
It's dry down there.
Dusty, these are scientists. They could figure out a way around a problem if they have to.
Yeah.
Now, here's the trick,
Exactly.
though, and I think I might have circumvented it, and this might be what they're not telling us, right? If it's all about gravity, it's going to be some dizzy work. If you got started, right, and you just put yourself in the middle of a room, and you both started spinning real fast, you could build up the centrifugal force to get enough blood flow. The liquid problem's still going to be a problem, though. It's just going to be. It's going to look like a fucking sprinkler in that room.
No, that's why you have your own personal space bag. You know what I mean?
True.
Just stays in there with you. It gets real gnarly.
Oh god, it's just a sleeping bag. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You just keep pushing it back down as the droplets start to creep out the top. No, stay back down. Stay back down.
Oh no! Oh no! I sharded.
Oh, god. It's 0G, so it's got nothing keeping it back. It just actually penetrated the hull.
And you gained some thrust forward.
Yeah. Ah!
All right, NASA, we're coming at you with some new ideas.
New ideas. Yeah.
We need the trademark on this, though. Halle Boy's got it first.
Bet you
Alley
didn't
Boy's
think
got
of
it
that.
first. Yeah. And you see
By the way,
Oh, go
by
ahead.
the way, Jeff, are you still on the no call list from NASA, or has that been?
I haven't
has that
tried to
ban
call
been
him
moved?
this whole 2020. Of all years, I have not tried to call NASA. Like I haven't called him this year yet. So maybe I wish him like a happy New Year or something. You know, I'm still here, still
He's
Jeff.
definitely
Still
on
trying
the
to get in touch with
no-fly
you.
list.
Were you really on the no-call list
On the
for
no-fly
NASA?
I was blocked by NASA, actually.
Oh, man.
Well,
NASA.
I'm a curious person, and I
Yeah.
figured like if I got questions that need to be answered,
Yeah.
go to the source.
Just call NASA. Yeah.
Exactly.
Makes
And
sense.
so there's a couple different like outposts in New Mexico, different parts, one in Arizona, one in Colorado. So I kind of like cycle between them like with different questions because I did not want to put on the no call list or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, like a question a week for after a couple years, they kind of get tired of it. you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like that serious, I think, but some of the questions were legit. Like in aerospace, navigational directions still apply, so it'd still be like a port starboard style operation on a space shuttle, as it would be like on a navigational ship, or nautical ship.
Yeah.
They didn't answer that question. In fact, they didn't pick up the phone. But these are just examples of such questions I had.
Well, you have to
They're-
try. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You know?
The thing is, though, they're picky people. You got to think about NASA. Like, a good example is, like I mentioned, the no-fly list. You're on the no-fly list for NASA. But if you think about it, like, right? Like TSA has what? Like 1,000 people on the no-fly list. Right?
Yeah.
But if you think about NASA, how picky those bitches are, like 99.9% of the Earth is on NASA's no-fly list. Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like, no, there's only like 30 guys on our fly list. And 10 chicks, and we didn't even put them on until the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're the elitist restaurant, where this hotel that goes up will be, they'll need cooks, who don't have like, I don't know, astrophysical, like engineering degrees, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I'm honestly
mhm.
not that excited for the first hotel to go up.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, me
I'm
neither.
excited for the first motel to go up. That's when I'm making my flight. Once
Pay by
they
the
start
half
letting
hour.
the poor
Until 6.
people in, where it's like, no, fucking La Quinta Inn now has a fucking spot up on the moon. Like, oh, I'm going now.
Man.
Gotta go out to
Still
the
pay by
water
the half
park.
hour.
The water park's a total mess.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's called Splash Sploosh Mountain, and it's just Goo everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I feel
Thanks for reminding me to call NASA back, though. I appreciate that, Timmy. It's been a minute.
That's what I kind of figured. I mean, it's been a shitty year. They probably would, like to hear from.
Yeah, you just want to chat with somebody.
A long-time caller.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally. Yeah.
Still a fan. Did think about like trying to get like a janitor job there or something like that if I ever like moved from this town. Just go for like the janitor job at a NASA facility. Call it good,
yeah?
you know?
Yeah. No, you're out on that now. Yeah.
Yes. Now officially since I mentioned it on the air.
Yeah. Like, we don't trust you. You seem way too interested in cleaning our toilets. We don't want you anywhere near this facility.
Yeah, that's the perfect cover.
Forgive my assumption, but you seem like the type of guy who's going to stow away on a spaceship.
Who? Me?
Who, me? Well, you have a go bag with you.
A space bag underneath one arm. I'm set.
It's even labeled "My shit for space."
All it is a space bag full of Franzia.
Yeah, no, it's just a space bag. It's a bag full of space bags of Franzia and Cheese Whiz.
And
did I
Tang.
lose the sound
and
again?
Tang, and tons of Tang.
Fuck.
Uh-oh. Sounds like Timmy's audio dropped out.
Oh no.
Well, shit.
Oh, can you not hear us? Timmy, we are still here, and we're talking to you, motherfucker.
Does anyone know sign language?
I know the sign language sign for signs.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a shitty movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Okay, yeah. Now we got a debate going
tell
here.
you why.
It sounds like we got something going here. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll tell you what. Aliens that get sick off of water is totally plausible.
The whole scene where he's got the baseball bat. That's America right there.
That is America.
You're about to club an alien on the head with a baseball
bat. They traveled billions, trillions of miles across space. They figured that out. And they can't get helmets.
Yeah.
Oh shit, people never hit us with things where we're from. Do you guys not realize that to get to space, you literally can't be assholes? We were here to tell you guys the secret. We came all the way here knowing your planet is 70% the shit that kills us. Like, we were trying to do you guys a solid.
Trying to help you out.
Old fucking Joker over there started beating the shit out of me with a bat.
No shit. What is this? Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Casino,
You got
maybe?
this guy in the other room ranting about the Jews and his ex-wife. Yeah. Yeah, we're done. We're done with this planet.
Yeah,
we're good.
We're out of here.
Yeah.
Jeez. You do bring up a good point there, Dusty.
Oh, man.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know if it was my internet or whatever, but I don't know. Apparently I don't know. Something sucks. Who knows?
Yeah.
You abandoned us again.
Yeah,
I get
you
it.
left us.
We're getting used to this.
Yeah. So to fill you in,
Yeah.
where do you stand on the movie Signs?
On the movie Signs, like the M. Night
M. Night
Shyamalan movie?
Ding Dong.
I don't know. Keep a glass of water by your bedside just in case.
Keep a glass of water by your baseball bat. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I think those guys were honestly coming down to help us. If we had not beat the aliens with a baseball bat in Signs, we would already have hotels on the moon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Multiple moons.
Multiple moons. The moon of
Yeah,
Endor.
There you go.
Yeah. We've actually got a fucking hotel that's got Ewoks. Yeah. These little guys will run your baggage. They'll make little faces.
They look really funny in zero gravity, too.
They look
You just
super
throw them all
funny.
around.
Just toss them around. They're fine with it.
Don't test them, though. They are incredibly violent. They're basically little bears. We've watched them kill tons of people. Do not cross one of those little bears. They will club your skull in with a rock and then eat what's inside.
Never call them Oompa Loompa either.
Yeah.
They hate that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the untalked about part of Return of the Jedi too. You know, the part where everyone's celebrating and there's just a group of hard-ass Ewoks down on the ground just stabbing half-dead stormtroopers with sticks.
Cleaning up the battlefield.
Chewing on throats and entrails
Chewing
and
on
shit.
throats.
Yeah.
Blood make me horny.
So you can pretty much judge how old somebody is by if they have seen the Ewok version, the Ewok movie of Star Wars.
Oh,
That puts you in
Ewoks
that-
Battle for Endor, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like if
I
you've
actually-
seen that, you can
I actually
You can
rented
say that you're
that on VHS.
30 plus. Oh, absolutely.
I rented that on VHS, but it was before I saw Return of the Jedi. And
Oh,
my
yeah.
dad came home from work and I was watching it and he watched the whole movie, but he was very upset and I couldn't understand it. And I was like, I like this movie about these little creatures. He's like, no, you don't understand. They're from Return of the Jedi. What's a Jedi? Like, no, okay, that's it. We're taking this movie back to the fucking Blockbuster. We're in for an hour worth of drive to do this because we're in middle of nowhere, Texas. Like, we're taking that shit back to the Blockbuster. We're coming home with 3 Star Wars movies.
And our weekends
Wow.
planned.
Yeah.
That's fairly
I
accurate.
wish I still had my Blockbuster card, actually.
Ooh, that'd be
I
a
bet
relic.
they're worth money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, huh?
Yeah.
Or like a Hollywood video one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, Hollywood Video.
I got so much good shit when Blockbuster went out of business. We had one right down the street from us, and it was basically like name your price for a whole week. So anytime I'd get tip outs, I'd just walk in like, here's fucking 30 DVDs. I got $20. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know where I'm going to work next week.
I was always a fan of the off-brand shady rental stores. You know, you walk in and it's just kind of dimly lit, and
Yeah. Hello, my friend. Are you here for adult DVD?
yeah, you got the adult section in the back with the
Why is the
leaves.
adult
Fluorescence.
section twice the size of the new rentals? And why are most
We
of
know
the
our
new
clientele.
rentals adult movies?
I feel like kids these days are missing out on an experience of getting traumatized by all of the horror movie VHS covers. You know?
Just like walking down the aisle. Like there's one right next to the house that I grew up at called Mr. TVs, and they had like original like NES games you could definitely rent as well. And so it'd be a
Nice.
thing like to go over like on a Friday and get an NES game and a VHS, maybe 2 if I had like the extra money for it.
Right.
You know, and but yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, salty, like just bad lighting, flickering like fluorescence, basically places you couldn't go in the whole, you know. And then just walking down that horror aisle and seeing just like the Howling Part 2, like just wolves snapping like on covers or you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
all that like fucking vampire and good shit.
Well, dude, and that's, you know, for a while, at least, you know, where we lived, a lot of the movie stores, and it was funny because they just had the adult section, which was just like, you know, a part of an aisle, but it wasn't even like hidden in a room or anything. So as a kid, you'd be walking by and they'd blur the stuff that was supposed to be offensive, but just with like basically like little star stickers. And
Oh,
some of
yeah.
the, you know, anyone who's seen the cover of a porno knows that like you can't cover up a gangbang with 6 star stickers. Like that girl is still clearly, she's doing something, you know. You're a little kid walking through and you're like, oh, Dumbo. Oh my God, Mommy, what's that?
Don't know what it means.
Yes.
Could you also
What's the
imagine
Debbie
like
does
being
Dallas?
being a clerk at a movie store back in the 80s, like, oh, Preacher Tom, you're back for another Debbie Does Too.
Yeah, you got the dirt on everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Well, and it was funny too
Oh, that's
because, and that was one thing we accidentally learned as kids, and it was the funniest thing to accidentally learn as like a 13 or 14-year-old boy that they had no clue what hentai was.
Oh,
nice.
man.
And so they would get hentai movies and just put them in with all the other animated movies. So you're literally going through and it's
Oh,
like
geez.
Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. And then it's like what's this strange anime movie? And so one day I had a friend who was super into anime, and he was all about fucking Ninja Scroll and fucking Akira and all this. And so me and my cousin, we were trying to figure out, like, you know, we have no experience with anime, but this kid is so much cooler than us. Like, we've got to go do anime homework. So we went to the store and we picked out Ninja Scroll, Akira, and then 4 other animes that just looked cool and sounded cool.
Okay.
3 of the 4 were straight up hentai. And we didn't know that it was a difference. So we watched Ninja Scroll and we're like, so much murder. Cool. And then we put in one of the other ones and we're like, no wonder he likes this. That chick is just getting straight fucked. And then my brother-in-law came home and he was basically the authoritarian figure at the time. You know, and I start explaining to him what anime is. And he's like, well, it sounds cool. Like, I've heard of it before. You know, he's older than me, but he's like, I've never really watched any. And so I think I put on Ninja Scroll or Akira and watched it with him. And he was like, cool. And then I put on the other one. And right away he was like, not cool. You're fucking 14. Where did you get this?
How did they let you do this? Yeah,
because it wasn't even that tasteful. Like, it wasn't even softcore hentai. It was like, you know, full penetration, thrusting, loads getting blown, octopus tentacles going inside of holes, all that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That actually explains a lot there. Just
and you know,
Steve.
yeah, and as a 14-year-old kid, instantly the second he points out that it's just porn, I start trying to justify the storyline. Like, no, it's warriors who are on a quest to fight the octopus. The octopus that was just fucking that chick? Well, that's just the octopus. That's the way he does things. And he's a bad guy, and that's why they need to take him down. Then why are they all naked in the water? Because they got to get clean before they go on the... Okay, we can go back to the video store.
I can see Richard shaking his head this whole conversation.
Yeah. Oh. But I think, if I recall, he let me keep Akira and Ninja Scroll.
Good deal.
And that's when I found out the difference between anime and hentai. Yeah.
Oh man.
Like, I thought you Japanese guys just put hardcore fucking in all of your cartoons.
I mean, most of them.
I was about to go back and start watching Sailor Moon. I briefly saw that on TV. I better get back into that.
Makes that Pokemon a whole different game. Watching that one.
Pikachu, I choose
you really want to choose
blow me.
Yeah. Come on, Squirtle.
Oh, no.
God! Oh shit! Oh shit! Put on your ponchos. We got a Squirtle.
I'm not really feeling up to it. Let me get a Snorlax this time.
Oh, Jesus! You know what a Snorlax sounds like, right? When you convince someone to give you a hand job when they're half asleep. Like, come on! I know you don't want to get down, but just give me a Snorlax real quick.
Just quick Snorlax.
Okay, I'm not gonna open my eyes though. Okay, I'll slap you if you fall asleep. I'll give you a little poke.
Man.
Pokemon teaching androgyny to young children. Well, because Team Rocket was always like
Team Red
cross-dressing.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
It's me and you. Oh no, it's you and me. You know it's our destiny, Pokemon.
Now, I haven't thought about those shady movie, VHS stores in a long ass time. The funny thing is, the one I was talking about, Mr. TVs, actually ended up burning down, but not entirely. There's a huge fire, but a lot of their the Nintendo games, which I was definitely more into at that time, like just the outside was melted on like a whole bunch of them, and so. After like a little bit of thinking about things, I proposed it to him because I was this little snot-nosed 12-year-old kid that's been going there for like 3 years straight now. Like, I asked if I could just take one apart and open, and sure enough, I could crack the cartridges open and swap out the little chips in the middle of them, you know.
Oh,
and
cool.
so this guy actually got like fucking 50 or 60 badass new computer chip games, you know. That I just had to switch the cartridges out, you know, to find good cartridges. And so I had to have Castlevania underneath some weird ass fucking game or whatever, like scribbled over the top, Castlevania, bitches. You know,
That's some ingenuity right there.
Yeah.
Feeling like a hacker at 12 years old.
Yeah.
Swapping cartridges.
Swapping cartridges.
I just had like an objective. Like, wait a minute, it's just the outside that's broken, right? You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
That makes sense.
They don't even keep the important stuff on the outside.
exactly. Yeah, that was a sad day and a great day at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't ever supposed to blow into those cartridges either.
You weren't?
No.
I blew into all of them.
Oh, man. Me too. All
I
of
think I
them.
licked one once.
Until I saw stars. You know? This will work.
Can you still hear us, Timmy? Are you still there? You still part of our world?
He's really still.
He's
again.
really he's
he
in
blinked.
thought.
He's deep in
thought about
complication
something.
right now.
Yeah,
He's probably solving some huge mystery for us.
he is.
Well, we'll be waiting anxiously on Timmy's return.
Yeah, Jesus, you're keeping us in suspense. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's back.
He's back.
If he
He's
says
back.
46, I'm going to call him a ripoff.
Yeah. What's the answer? Oh, he's muted. That's weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, folks out here,
Yeah,
I
Timmy's
hope you're
on
enjoying
mute.
us, like trying to. figure
Yeah,
out
we're
what
doing a
Timmy's
little stuff. Me and Kyle there could get back to arguing Shyamalan movies.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
a fucking
Yeah.
happening.
Oh, we can get back on that. I can I can give you a movie review really quick. It's called Proximity, and it's a alien sci-fi movie.
It rings a bell.
The premise is this this guy's working as an intern at NASA or MIT or something. I don't know.
Is he
What's his
working
first
as
name?
a janitor at NASA?
What's his first
Jeff,
name?
and he's a janitor at NASA with a go bag.
The go bag? Yeah. No, but this alien spaceship crashes near him, and he gets these superpowers from it. He gets abducted, and then he's returned with memory loss, and he has superpowers.
An enhanced individual, then.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And the
Now
whole
we can hear
movie,
you again, Timmy.
the whole movie had, you can tell it had like a decent budget, but they used it in all the wrong ways. Like they had amazing CGI, but then they had a couple of robots that you could clearly tell were just dudes dressed all in white with like motorcycle helmets on. And
You mean robots?
yeah, of course.
You had clearly it's a robot if it's got a helmet on.
Right. And you can't see its face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then flash forward to the end of the movie when they finally make contact with the aliens, and the aliens are like, we're searchers of life's great questions, and we're searching for answers on your planet. And he does the whole E.T. telepathic thing to this kid.
Touch finger.
And he says, we're looking for this person. And an image of Jesus Christ flashes across the screen. And-
What?
Yeah.
Well, I found him. So let me tell you about that.
Right.
God, like what pamphlet just drifted out in space forever?
No, for real, yeah.
Bring him back here. You know?
This is like literally all we get from you guys. Who is this dude?
It actually explains why he never got another Gideon Bible again.
Yeah.
He expanded his market. Gideon just went elsewhere.
Gideon went elsewhere.
To
That's
the stars.
I've dropped off Bibles in every hotel here. Now to the moon.
Fuck.
Oh, man.
Yeah, interesting reviews. I was thinking about this one. That space movie Gravity, Sandra Bullock and George Clooney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like the movie, don't get me wrong, but it had $100 million budget to make that movie. Now, thinking about this, did a little bit of research, and India actually launched a spaceship into space for orbit for $78 million.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking about well, I'll be goddamned here.
The paradoxical,
literally-
nature of that situation.
It was literally cheaper to launch an actual flight into space than it was to make a movie about a failed space flight.
Yep.
Yeah. You know the funny thing about that, and this goes back to something we were talking about earlier, NASA needs to figure out a way to harness fart power.
Absolutely.
Because that would have stopped that whole movie. If she's drifting away and she's like, I need to release air to go back in this direction. If she could have just been like, okay, flip the fart valve over there and oh yeah, there we go. Just
Changing
concentrated.
diagrams.
And that's a movie I would have watched. An hour and a half of Sandra Bullock just ripping gnarly farts trying to get to her
Making funny
destination.
faces.
Making funny faces, trying to squeeze them out. That's the big climax of the movie. The problem is she accidentally sharts and it clogs up the valve. I've got to clean out the shart out of the fart valve.
George
Clooney, where are you at?
Let's get Sandra Bullock on the phone.
Let's get Bullocks on the phone. Sandy Bullocks, what you got to say about that?
Yeah, and about that movie, Speed. It didn't have a director, because if Speed had direction, it'd be Velocity.
You fuck you. I don't have the drums. You're lucky I don't have those drums, motherfucker. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, God. You know the thing that I would like to see, though, is a combination Speed and Gravity.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Subbing piano for George.
Yeah, the movie's literally like 2 minutes long, and it's just her and George Clooney quickly falling to the earth. We're gonna get out of this.
Nice.
No, we're not. Oh my God, we're breaking through the atmosphere, and now we're in the clouds, and now we're bam. We're
For
dead.
some reason, Keanu Reeves is just right by the whole thing, trying to get on the space shuttle.
Keanu Reeves
There's
is
a bomb on the shuttle.
Keanu Reeves is riding him down. Yeah. There's a bomb on the shuttle. You guys can't slow down or it'll go off. We'll all die. But we're going to die when we hit the ground. Not me. I'm Keanu Reeves. Gonna John Wick that shit.
Yeah, all right. Speed with Gravity equals a nice marriage, sequel there.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't do worse than like the last Aliens versus Predator movie.
Oh, yeah.
Hey now. All right.
Hey, now.
I knew they'd get a
Those
rise.
are great movies.
Yeah.
They are in their own
Yeah,
ways.
yeah.
Very true. Yeah. I've seen those movies more times than I should have.
Have you read the scripts?
No.
Do it. It's really fun.
Awesome.
Like the ending of the original Predator had a completely different ending on the original script. It was
Really?
fucking ridiculous,
Huh.
And like there's a lot like a dialogue change or whatever, but there's real different like plot twists when you start like looking up scripts to read. Like Seven, that had a completely different ending, like by far, Like for the most part, they stayed together pretty well though. The Coen brothers ones, they stick pretty close to the scripts, Tarantino as well. Like most of those movies are pretty well fucking scripted.
Right.
A little bit off, but not too much.
Because I feel like those movies work from the end back a lot of times, right? I mean,
There is that, and I think it's just like it's like the director, the writer, the producer, like they're all like the same person. So like,
Yeah.
oh, it's going to be exactly like this,
right? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, too. Yeah, if you're writing it and directing it, then it's going to stay closer to how you wrote it because you wrote your vision.
Yeah, and you can
And
kind
then,
of play that out.
You're trying
better.
to keep that. But if it goes from writer to one writer, especially if it goes from a writer who's just a writer to a producer and a director and a whole different team, then there's a lot of times where, like, yeah, you'll get scripts that are nothing like what the final product is.
So,
Yeah.
So then how does that change? Is it just how the different actors and people are playing out the script that they kind of...
I'm sure there's a huge bunch of variables here,
Yeah.
There could be like spontaneous good ideas that just happen like while they're in the moments,
Actors ad-libbing, directors liking to put their stamp on it. That happens a lot of times, especially with bigger directors. If they're not writing something, they'll change a good amount of stuff so that it feels like a Ridley Scott would be an example. Like if he's not directing, if he's not writing a movie, but he's directing it, you still know it's a Ridley Scott.
He'll
movie.
make sure you know.
Yeah, and even if they didn't write it like a Ridley Scott movie, they just wrote a movie that was good. He's gonna turn it into that
Right.
So by the time you
Okay.
get it, you're like, oh yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
a Ridley Scott movie.
And I'm
Or
sure like
that's a
there's such a huge number of variables otherwise, like, budget constraints, it comes down to the end. You can't have like that great, huge, like horizon line blow up, you're just settling for burning a car or something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like weather, I don't know, like also like there's like
True.
some weird like fucking natural disaster to coming in off the coast,
Yeah.
so you got to stop shooting here. So I mean, what do you do?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
actors too. That is a part of it is actors.
Yeah.
And and especially the bigger actor you get, the more likely they're going to put their stamp on it.
Right.
So like say you have Brad Pitt in a Ridley Scott directed movie written by someone else. What the writer wrote is going to be there, but it's going to be way more of a Ridley Scott Brad Pitt movie by the time it's done, because they're going to come in and be like, no, I'm putting my own stamp on this. Or Johnny Depp,
Right.
someone like that who's going to come in and be like, I'm going to play this character, but I'm going to play this character in this way.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times the reason why they get away with that is because they come in and do that. And it's like, holy shit, that's really fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this in this way. Yes, sir, you are.
Yep.
One of the greatest scripts I read was actually Apocalypse Now. I mean, that was really more of a novel, like a little mini novel than just, imagine it. And that also dealt with one of the, I guess what I hear, like one of the worst actors to
But
deal
fucking
with.
Brando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marlon Brando was supposedly like one of the worst actors like to deal with, like,
Huh.
directors and all that. It wouldn't even like memorize his lines
Yeah,
or whatever.
he'd throw
Oh,
away the
really?
script
Yeah.
and just say he's doing it. And
Wow.
just
Yeah.
he'd have little cue cards
And
to
so-
remind him of where the story's going, and he
Oh
would
my
just
God.
Brando it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, but that's what it did. And so I think that's what made reading the script like so fucking cool. Because like, some of like Colonel Kurtz's like dialogues or monologues towards the end were just ridiculously like philosophically balls deep into like this whole situation. And then like Brando like did a great job, but he covered maybe like 4 minutes of that monologue.
He kind of got off track a little bit. Did he had that voice?
The horror.
The horror.
The
The
horror.
horror.
I mean, but yeah, that was the best one I read though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't actually like thought about that before, how the script would differ from the movie. That
Yeah.
never occurred to me.
Yeah,
We-
it's an evolution, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at trying to take a little thing to actually learn more about that. We saw McConaughey's doing a thing. We want to, especially if this COVID shit's got him doing some online classes, we might try to fucking
That'd
jump
be cool.
on that.
Yeah.
Script to film translations, or not translations, but transformations.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's in case any of you listeners are wondering who we're talking about. That is my rival in acting, Matthew McConaughey. He's already stolen one role from me.
Yeah, I do recall hearing about it. Tell us about like Matthew McConaughey stealing your role.
Yeah. So I applied for I saw a job online for voice acting for a podcast series that was reading the children's books series Hank the Cowdog. And a lot of people don't know what that is, but it was super big in Texas. And so I grew up, I read all of the fucking Hank the Cowdogs. It's about a cowdog and a farmhand and like their misadventures, and there's all these other cool characters. But anyway, I applied for the lead role of Hank the Cowdog because I got that smooth Southern voice.
There you go.
I never got a call back, of course. But I was watching TV the other day and heard Matthew McConaughey, my rival, pretty much my equal in acting. I heard that he got the role. I was very surprised. I would have done it for 25% of that and done a McConaughey thing the whole time. All right, y'all.
Here's Hank the Cowdog.
Here's Hank the Cowdog coming at you. Just cruising real nice and slow, cruising by in his
Nice.
Lincoln.
Be a lot cooler if you had a Lincoln
You got a
Cowdog.
joint? Yeah. You got a Lincoln? Be a lot cooler if you did. Yeah.
It's a shout out to Matthew McConaughey.
Shout out, Matt.
Yeah,
hear
we
this.
love you.
We love you.
You should just gave that role to Dusty though.
Yeah.
Come on the show. I'll play any of the side characters too. If you want to be friends, we can do a whole buddy thing. And that'll be pretty awesome for both of us. Mainly, you'll be
There
getting
you
more out of
go.
it than I will. Because you'll get a friendship with Dusty, and sure, I'll get like a boost in my career and all that good stuff. But you'll get a friendship with Dusty, and that means I'll cook you dinner. So
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
worthwhile.
Hey, not
Yeah, absolutely.
not just Dusty either. He's good. Like,
Oh, no, yeah.
they invite like the whole Howley Boys here. You get the
whole Howley
experience.
Boys. Yeah, we all want to make friends.
Oh, you know,
You got a bunch of friends
I
in
don't
this
like-
household since way back. Did you
I
just
don't
say?
like Friends.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you didn't like Matthew McConaughey. It's like,
Hey,
shut
now.
your mouth, Timmy. We're trying to get him on the show.
Yeah. I mean, he does come off as quite the douche in all the Buick commercials. It's pretty rad.
That's cool.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Lincoln. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. Some car.
Yeah,
Some car I can't
doesn't
afford.
matter, yeah.
I can't afford. Oh, yeah. He's got,
I mean, I can't afford them. They're just 15 years old.
yeah. He's been in some good movies, though. Dude's been in some good movies.
He has been in some
Yeah.
good ones.
Yeah.
A diverse
Yeah.
catalog.
Yeah.
Fast Times at Ridgemont
Fast
High.
Time- of course, that always comes up. You know, young McConaughey. Then everyone goes straight for Interstellar.
Hmm.
But I like to go for, what was it? I think it was Frailty.
Frailty, huh?
I want to say that's
Mhm.
the name of it. I could be wrong. But it had him and fucking
Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ.
The Rolodex is spinning here. I could see it visually behind your eyes.
Oh, it was either Joaquin Phoenix or Jude Law. I believe they were in it.
Frailty.
I don't think I caught
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
And it was fucking it's never game over, man. Game over, man. Bill Paxton was in it too. Yeah, and that was okay. So
There
the
it
plot
is.
of the movie is Bill Paxton is the dad, right? And he has two sons.
Okay.
And when the sons are young, you see a lot of flashbacks to when they're kids. And Bill Paxton was raising them. And at some point, he has this epiphany in the middle of the night, like wakes up like it's a vision, and then goes and gets an axe, a wood axe with Otis written on it, and starts taking his kids around
shit.
and fucking
I remember this movie
murdering
now.
people and telling the kids that he's killing demons. And so it's okay. And so he gets them in on it. And eventually, you know, one of the sons, obviously, like one of the sons is fully into it and one of the sons is questioning it. Like, we're just killing people. This isn't right. Our dad's gone crazy. And, you know, you get to see a lot of the story like retold by McConaughey, who's like telling it to a cop, like explaining all of this shit. But it's got some crazy twists and turns in there, and a lot of cool kind of crazy axe murders, and it definitely, yeah. By the end, when the kind of the big twist comes on you, it's like, oh fuck!
Nice. There we go.
Yeah,
Hook, line, and
it's one of
sold me on
those
that one.
movies
Yeah.
where, like, yeah, well, you definitely, once you get to the last scene, you get a good hearty like, oh fuck!
All right. Sold on that one.
Yeah.
I'll be looking it up
I'll have to
later.
check it out.
Yeah. Did you Google the
The movie
title,
came out
Timmy?
in 2001,
Yes.
by the way.
Okay.
Yes.
And another fun fact about that movie is John Paxton, I assume that's Bill Paxton's father, has a very small part. He's a janitor in the movie.
Oh, wow.
Little
Wow.
cameo.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
What's that movie?
Yeah, just a little bit to know.
Well, good to know.
I love those little facts about
Right,
movies.
yeah.
Like they
Yeah,
just
right?
sneak in those little Easter eggs. You know, love it.
Yeah.
What's that movie
Yeah,
where?
I remember that movie now that I looked it up, and you were saying about the axe murdering, but it took me a while.
Well, I've heard about the baseball bat with Otis, right?
Or with a wood axe.
Or the wood axe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard
because
about
that was
that.
the cover. That was probably one of those covers that fucked with you as a
Probably, yeah. And it's
because
like
it was just, it
deeply
was
ingrained.
literally the cover of it just said frailty, and it was the fucking wood axe. And I think it had blood on it and was just buried into a stump, and it said Otis on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there many other axes that are not used as a wood axe? Is there like a
Well,
flesh axe or?
battle axe,
Bone axe?
motherfucker.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
you want to
got-
talk
you got it there.
you want to talk axes. You're talking to an axe guy right here. So let
Okay.
me run you through your different types of axes real quick. You got your bearded axes, you got your battle axes, you got your double edge axes, you got your hand axes, you got your hatchets, you got your tomahawks, not to be confused with the hatchet, even though they're real similar.
Okay.
You got your body spray.
You got your body spray axe.
The worst axe.
Yeah, the worst one.
Yeah. You
All
got
right.
that
Well, I stand
notification that
corrected.
pops up on your computer sometimes. That's an axe.
And sometimes you just got to ask a question, right?
Sometimes you just got to axe yourself,
Heyo.
why am I axing?
All right. I definitely stand corrected. There are multiple
Yeah.
kinds of axes.
Oh, I'm not done, sir. Then you got your long axes. You know, you got your pole arms, you got your halberds, you got your spear axes, you got your long bearded axes. I know I said bearded axes, but bearded axe pole arms are totally different than short bearded axes.
Love it.
All right, right on.
Welcome to Dusty's Axe Emporium. I can get you any kind of axe you need.
Ask me a question about it.
You got a wood axe? Oh, well, let me tell you about wood axes real quick. We got the wedge axe, the wood splitter axe. We got the small wood splitting axe, big wood splitting axe.
There's a mall in there somewhere.
There's a mall in
Oh,
there.
yeah, Maul.
Yeah, vicious maul of maiming. Got this one
Well,
from
not
Diablo.
to mention all the different handle material.
Oh
Jesus.
my goodness.
Well, you want to talk axe handles? Don't even get me started. That's right, folks. Dusty is now selling axes and axe handles.
There you go. Hell yes.
As long as it's
Make
not
that
like a Haliax body spray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Stay away
body
from that
spray.
one.
Stay away
Yeah.
from the body
We're
spray.
selling axes and body spray. And we're selling
Absolutely.
throwing axes that have body spray that sprays when they make contact.
It basically just kind of bursts.
It bursts. Yeah.
Stinky corpses going out like bad these days or something.
Oh my God, is that a Chad over there? No, I just tomahawked a deer. Why does he smell like he's going out to a club in 2006?
That gives a whole new smell to a zombie apocalypse. You know
Oh
what I mean?
no. Yeah.
All right, I'm not
It
down for that
smells like
apocalypse
a,
then.
No.
It smells like a
Count
middle
me
school
out.
locker room.
Yeah, so much axe.
Sweaty genitals and axe.
Yeah. Oh, in the locker room.
Oh, this is taking a dark turn.
Yeah. You know, locker room experience. I will say this: locker room experience. For some reason, not counting my time in Hawaii, in school in the mainland, more people tried to start fights with me in locker rooms than anywhere else.
Yeah.
It was like, dude,
Yeah.
why are you trying to start shit right now? We're both in our fucking boxers. Can I put on my pants?
Exactly, that's
Can I put on my fucking pants before I slap the shit out of you?
That's
Well, it's because that guy's a closeted homosexual and was just hoping that your dick would pop out.
yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah.
wrestle.
Yeah.
Play belly sticks or something.
Well, that's how.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I fight. If I have to fight in the locker room, that's the way you go into it. It keeps them back. You do a slow like hum or whistle, like, and you just keep helicoptering your dong around while you have one fist raised.
There you go.
No one knows what's going on. Everyone's scared.
Yeah. I guarantee you that dude's gonna step back for sure.
Something's gonna happen.
If he was just swinging around the dick or letting out that low whistle, I wouldn't be concerned. But the two of them in tandem
With one fist raised.
with one
With
fist
one-
raised,
yeah.
this dude's fought like this before. He knows he's already in my head.
Uh-oh.
Maybe they slowly go up onto one foot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That gave me quite the disturbing image, by the way. I think I know what
Yep.
my nightmares will
Yep,
be.
yep.
Yeah, you got your
Few days.
nightmares picked out now.
Yeah,
Too vivid.
it's okay.
Every
I needed a
night
little
I
bit
go
of
to
that.
sleep and there's a man chasing me. Does he have a knife or a coat? No. He's got one fist raised and he's helicoptering his dick around while slowly whistling. It's almost like a dog whistle. It just penetrates right through me.
That's
See, the
probably
only
available
problem
at the
with that,
VHS
though,
store.
Is the
Yeah,
one-handed man can't do that, you know? Because he's like the worst character in every movie, you know?
The one-handed man?
Yeah. He did everything. It was a one-armed man,
Yeah.
you know?
It was a one-armed man.
Always.
Well, yeah. Now he can still do that. It just takes a lot more hip skills and a lot bigger of a dong. Yeah. If he's packing enough meat, he can get those hips going and still have that fist raised.
Okay, I got you. That works.
So when you hear the vibrato whistle, you know it's a one-armed man or not.
Oh my
That's
God.
actually twice as terrifying.
Jeez.
If he's just helicoptering that thing around with his hips.
Yeah.
This could be the sequel.
Well, I mean, I guess he could
Yeah.
also be like, shaking his prosthetic arm at you as well.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you got it there, Jeff. The first one's going to be a horror movie called The Whistler. And the second one's going to be called The Whistler 2, because at the end, we think the Whistler gets killed, but he really just loses an arm. Yeah.
You see like in Training in the second one where he's just like practicing with a hula hoop.
Right.
Whistling into a mirror.
It's a montage.
I mean,
It's a
You're really
montage.
you're a really, really brave man to helicopter your dick with a hook on one end,
oh man.
Yeah, that scared me away
Hoping
real
for the
fucking quick.
best. I really hope this works out.
That's the one. That's what makes the second movie even more scary, right? In the first movie, we think he gets killed, but he loses his arm and half of his dick. And then he gets a hook put onto his dick.
Oh man.
So he's got a hook dick that he's helicoptering around with his one arm.
I think you got
And he
something going
changes his noise. Yeah.
I think there's some cinematic success in that there.
Absolutely.
That is gold right there. That is gold.
Yeah.
I've already got nightmares.
Put it up on the board. Yeah, me
Emmys,
too.
Golden Globes, Tonys, any of those awards, give us a call. We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take the money before we write the movie. We're that fucking confident.
Mr. Ridley Scott, if you want to team up.
Right.
Yeah, Ridley
Yeah.
Scott, Brad Pitt. I believe I mentioned you guys earlier. Team up. I'm going to have McConaughey producing.
Can we have Bobby Flay in that movie too?
Oh, absolutely.
He's the guy with the hook dick.
That's what I was kind of getting at.
Yeah.
God damn.
Nice.
Yeah. Bobby, get back to us. It's a great story for you. Perfectly good story. It's about a mediocre chef who gains fame that's totally unwarranted. And then one day he breaks down because he realizes he's just a hack and he can never compete with the Howley Boys. And so he starts murdering people while whistling and helicoptering his dick around.
Gives him a
called
sense of
Bobby
purpose.
Got Played.
Yeah, it's called Bobby Got Flayed. The Whistler.
The Whistler.
The Whistler 1,
Yes.
Bobby Got Flayed.
The Howley Boy story.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And the Whistler 2, Hooker Cock.
Hooker cock.
I liked it. Like it.
Yeah. $1 million right here.
Oh man.
And
Get back to us,
yes.
Bobby.
yeah, also
Yeah, get back to us.
and also Brad, Ridley, if you guys aren't around and you're not interested in this, we'll also be accepting calls from Brazers and the Bang Brothers. So we're more than willing to turn this into a porn. Also, we're open. We're open. We keep things open around here.
Like the possibilities, the
Yeah,
options.
yeah.
You know.
I would prefer we still use Bobby Flay though,
Oh, absolutely.
or we use his porn counterpart, Bobby Flay.
Bobby Fellatio.
Bobby Fellatio. Yeah.
His Italian
Oh my
cousin.
God, there's a new
Bobby
porn name
Fellatio.
for you right there. What's my porn name? Bobby Fellatio.
That sounds like a gay porn name. My
A gay porn
Yeah,
name.
uh-huh.
It does. Yeah.
It is Bobby's cousin.
Yeah.
The Iron Dick.
The Iron Dick. Yeah. See, we've got all kinds of movies here.
Yeah.
We could do a whole different The Man with the Iron Dick.
Yeah.
It's about Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Yeah. And then another Leonardo DiCaprio, and one of them gets locked in a cell with an iron dick.
One in the tower with the mask, the other one in the fucking dungeons
Yeah.
with the dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's weird, too, because when they take off the iron, the dick has grown a beard. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a full beard. Yeah, it's impressive. It's dirty, too.
a bearded dragon.
Dirty.
We need to get the shaving scene going. Yeah.
Oh man.
The man with the iron dick.
Chiseled his way out of the dungeons.
Chiseled his way out of the...
Ting, ting.
300,000 more thrusts. I'm almost there. His cellmate, do you have to moan every time you do it? I do, otherwise I don't get the power.
Take notes, Alexander Dumas. Count of Monte Cristo could have gone differently.
It could have. It could have gone. Could have gone way differently.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! All right, yeah.
Yeah. I just keep coming. Almost there. Just imagining the cellmate. I'm trying to fucking sleep every night with this.
I'm trying to fuck my way to freedom. All
Trying to
right.
fuck my way to freedom. Can't you just lay back in your cell like the rest of us? No, you guys can masturbate.
Oh, and the cellmate is Brendan Fraser.
His cellmate is Brendan Fraser. Yes. Yes.
He might not be that expensive these days.
Right.
We
yeah,
can
he's-
get Brendan. We've got Brendan Fraser money.
Yeah, it's been a while, huh, Brendan?
It's been a while, Brendan. Call us up.
But we want the Brennan from Airheads. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take Encino Man, Brendan.
Yeah.
Some Chaz.
Yeah.
Fucking Encino Man. That was
Yeah,
I want
Encino Man.
I want
man.
Brendan from Airheads, but I want him to be dressed like Brendan from The Mummy. Just so the
There you
character
go.
doesn't fit. Dude, quit banging your dick into the wall. You look like an archaeologist. Bro, you're never gonna get through. Oh God. It's amazing how well Steve Buscemi's career did though.
Oh man, he's still going.
He's
yeah.
still going, yeah.
For sure, household name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And Adam Sandler still puts himself in a lot of movies.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all Netflix originals now.
Right.
Don't talk shit on that, Timmy. We
Un-
might be calling those people soon. Yeah.
Uncut Gems was a great movie, though.
I dug that one.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was a
know.
good one.
Yeah. I like Billy Madison
Which one?
a lot.
Uncut Gems.
Is that a
No, I
Netflix
didn't.
original? I believe it was a Netflix
Oh,
original.
Uncut Gems. I still
Yeah.
haven't seen that. I really want to. It's directed by who is it directed by? Scorsese or something like that, right?
It might have been Scorsese. It was
Oh, that
definitely-
makes sense.
Yeah, it's definitely his style. And it's one of the times where I was actually kind of impressed by the work that Adam Sandler did, as far as like acting wise. Like he kind of pushed himself there,
Mhm.
It's really kind of cool to see that.
Yeah. I talk a lot of shit. I talk a lot of shit on the dude, but I am very impressed by Adam Sandler in reality, just because of the fact that dude had to write his own movies and shit. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
all of his good ones, all of his bad ones might be written by him. But
Yeah.
all of his good ones were also written by him. So it's like,
Yeah.
he's written a lot of
Yeah.
movies. So I could see at a certain point where you're like, oh, fuck, I don't know, a remote that fucking changes time? I don't know. I was trying to take
Yeah,
a
why
week
not?
off, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
No,
thing.
he's put work in.
Yeah. Yeah. Not all of it's good, but I mean, you got to dig through the shit to get the good stuff.
Yeah.
But
To get the uncut gems in
Yeah.
the rough.
Ayo.
Oh, there we go. You son of a bitch. I still don't have my drums.
What happened to your drums?
Oh, you're my drums now.
Ooh,
So actually,
I'm
you
your
got to
drums.
do the little boom, boom, boom. Shh. See, there you go. Jay.
There you go.
All right. All right. You're just like subbing your drums out to somebody else now?
Yeah, I do what I got to do to
Subcontracting.
stay alive. I do what I got to do to stay alive.
Yeah. These are crazy
Little
times.
This, little of that.
I'll make some drum noises for whatever, sure.
Yeah.
Why
Timmy's
not?
got his fans only page going.
Yeah, you better check it out, dude.
It's www.fansonly.ru. It's a Russian website.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm big in Russia, buddy.
Yeah.
You're big in most
Small in
places,
Japan,
Timmy.
big in Russia.
Timmy, you're big in most places.
Right on. But very flavorful feller, Bad as flavor.
It's true. Yeah.
That must taste like shit.
Absolutely.
Pretty stringy,
Yeah. You ever
Long,
had
slow
raccoon
braise.
meat?
Yeah.
Maybe an owl.
Like trash-fed raccoon meat?
Oh,
It's kind of
man.
like that.
It's kind of like
Yeah, just a little bit, I don't know, a little sweeter.
It's like that, but a little sweeter and way more stony.
Yeah.
It's all it was.
Practically inedible.
It's like
It's like, yeah,
sweetened garbage juice.
It's pretty much inedible. Oh, but hey, I got to remember that because if our plane ever crashes in the Andes, I'm not the guy getting
Yeah.
eaten.
Oh, man.
We
True.
got to eat somebody. It's not going to be me, guys. I'll taste like shit. I'll
Not
tell
at
you that
first,
right now.
Yeah, not at first.
Yeah, no, I'm last to go. Who's going to beat me? Maybe if it's me and Mikey's skinny ass, it'd be like, okay, Mikey, you can eat
Oh,
me
yeah.
when one of us gets hungry.
Right.
Yeah. Mikey's like, I actually don't eat. We're golden. Yeah. Yeah. I had 2 Percocet this morning. I'm fucking full.
Good till tomorrow.
Yeah, good till tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh man. One interesting thing I found, speaking of uncut gems, was I like the dialogue in that movie. That was just kind of rapid fire, back and forth.
Yeah, it was definitely very like a Brooklyn style, like just like that straight like New York style, just rapping back and forth. You know?
Totally, yeah. And a lot of the times he's bartering, and one of the key things with bartering is you got to talk fast. You don't give them a chance to make a counter offer or think about what's going on. You're just like, this is what's going on. You want it. You want it. You want it. So
Yeah, it's like, look at this hand while I'm trying to get this other hand down your pocket. You know,
right? Yeah, exactly. And I just realized a lot of movies are written like that. It's not like how real people necessarily talk. It's a lot of like some Quentin Tarantino movies. They're very clever and quick-witted. They always have the perfect thing to say in response to another character.
right?
But the thing is, too, the difference with that, even, you'll notice some quick wit in Tarantino movies. But he's one of the few that has that, and it's one thing, because I write, and it's one thing I look at when I'm writing, especially some projects, where some I want to be, I want the jokes per minute to be fucking kind of rapid fire, because it's like, it's supposed to be like us bantering, basically like me and Jeff, and we'll just banter and rip back and forth.
And just rap back and forth about it.
Yeah.
But with some of them, like especially the more serious ones, it's like I forget who it was. I'm pissed off. I can't remember what writer it was who said this, or director, but it was the silence is as important, if not more important, than the dialogue.
Yeah.
It's not just the
who
talking;
said
it's the
that?
subtle spaces in between the talking.
Right.
And that's why, like
Yeah.
with Tarantino, and it's a brilliant trick, and I don't know if he did it as a trick or just because it's also just creates a certain level of fucking added sex appeal. You notice how often people smoke in his movies,
Yeah.
and how often
yeah.
they smoke in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Jules, what do you think about that? Well, that's some crazy shit, motherfucker. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, he did that to not only create that like action, so it's not just him standing there, but it also creates a nice little fucking pause in the dialogue.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It
pause in the
creates this-
dialogue, but
yeah,
you can still feel it with the character.
you still feel
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you feel the conversation. You don't hear the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because smoking, they take out the pack, take out the cigarette, try to light
Accentuate
it.
it all.
Yeah.
And
it's
that's
something,
part of the,
the audience could look at what they're doing, like focusing on that little quick action there for a second, see if they pack their cigarettes or their one cigarette or whatever,
Right.
I mean, like
yeah.
just little nuances,
Yeah, everyone has a different way of smoking. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's honestly, from what I've noticed too, especially in like a lot of the movies that are more like catchy, they're more real. Those the ones that I really feel more are the ones where it's like, they do that and they do those subtle things to slow up the dialogue a little bit, but to draw you into it
Yeah.
to where it's like you're not just listening to two people having a conversation. You're feeling that fucking conversation. You're there with them like, oh, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. Is it
I feel your pain.
is it a deep drag? Is it just kind of a quick puff? Is it,
I don't know. There's thousands of different ways,
Right,
to go
yeah.
about like even lighting a cigarette. you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I hate to cut us off when we're going so good, but I gotta call it an evening there, gentlemen. All this cigarette talk's starting to sound real sexy.
Yeah, that's a fact for me.
Right on.
About to go
Yeah,
have
I
a
gotta
subtle
actually
conversation.
get ready to get out of here as well. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say later from Timmy the Fat Chef. It was a pleasure, gents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Fat Chef, always a
Pleasure here.
pleasure.
Always a pleasure. And,
Right on.
Everybody out there listening, thank you for tuning in. We've had our main man Kyle with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, thanks for coming on over. Always fun.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
If you enjoy Kyle's comedy, we had him on a couple other podcasts, so go back and listen to some of our shit, motherfucker.
Don't forget to like and subscribe either.
Yeah. Yeah, like, subscribe, listen, all that good shit, and have a good night.
Good night.
Later.
Later.